Kia ora Star Wars fans, welcome to Middle-Aged Kiwi Man collecting Star Wars figures. In this video I'm going to talk about the Haslab Cantina, the Vintage Collection Cantina, and I think it is magnificent, I'm not going to lie. I've already backed it, I've already backed the deluxe version, and in this video I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why I think it's awesome. I'm going to bust some of the myths. I'm not going to pressure you though. If you're not into this, if it's not your thing, that's fine. You can't afford it, that's also fine, but man, there are some things you should really know about if you're considering getting it. So come check it out in this video. So remember, there's two different versions you can get. There's the standard, which is $3.99 US, and there's the deluxe, which is $4.99 US. In New Zealand, that translates to $850 for the base offering and $1,079 for the deluxe, which is actually pretty good. And in New Zealand, if you're backing it, you only have to pay a deposit. So it's only $50 for the standard deposit that you have to pay when you order it, $200 deposit for the deluxe. So that's pretty cool. If you're backing it from Hasbro Pulse, from the US, the UK, or any of those other Hasbro Pulse sites, you get charged for the whole thing at the end of the campaign, which is 11:59 PM on July 8th. So even if you back it now, you back it early, get those numbers up, unlock the tiers. That is the thing to do if you want this thing. Alright, in a previous video I did about the Ghost, I made this cardboard cutout Ghost based on the size specifications that we got given. We still haven't received the Ghost, but it is a big beast, man. And I did a video comparing it against other big vehicles like the Razor Crest, like the big AT-AT, like the big Millennium Falcon. Anyway, the thing about this, it's massive. The Hasbro Haslab Cantina is also pretty massive if you have it in the full configuration, but guess what? It's modular. So unlike a massive piece of cardboard like this, think of it as lots of little pieces of cardboard, so you can fit it on any shelf, which I think is amazing. But it has no floor. This could be a flaw. Any one of these shelves could be a flaw. Right, last year in 2023 we got the indoor bunker, and honestly I was super stoked for that. It's not a huge piece, but man, I love the indoor scene, and I was after a bunker. The Power of the Force 2 ones were super expensive, so I was so stoked to get that. But then, not only that, we also got this magnificent Jabba's Palace playset. Well, actually it was Bib Fortuna's or Boba Fett's Palace. It was Boba Fett's Palace from Book of Boba Fett, but let's be honest, most of us display it as a Jabba's Palace. Man, this thing is absolutely insane in terms of detail, and I was absolutely blown away by that. So yeah, and immediately I thought about having a Cantina version of that. So again, I am super duper stoked. Alright, and this is my current Cantina, and you can see there I've got a distillery. Now that distillery is 3D printed, and I got it from a guy in Sri Lanka who was printing those pretty cheap. I've got pieces at the bar section. I have pretty much every single character they've produced for the Cantina. Couple of exceptions. I don't have the Modal Nodes band set. Okay, what's Ahsoka doing there? She's fallen down from this shelf here, so let's just ignore Ahsoka. And look, I'll be honest, some of these figures were pretty darn expensive to get. Rick Calfas in particular. So if you're someone like me and you've already collected all these Cantina figures, it's definitely worth getting. And I'm just going to pan across because I've also got the exterior here, and again I made this budget as Cantina. The thing about the modular playset is you can detach the outside part of it, so you can have the Cantina entrance. That's going to look pretty sweet there. Obviously I'm going to have to rearrange all of this to fit it all in, but I'm pretty excited to do so, if I'm really honest with you. The Vintage Collection is all about world building. It's big vehicles, it's big diorama pieces, it's about putting scenes together from the movies. So if you're into the Vintage Collection, you're into building scenes, this is amazing. It's modular, it's amazing, it's original trilogy, but it can also be used for other things.
Hey, we don't serve their kind here.
Figuring out who's in the bar and where is quite difficult. That's because the cantina scene is riddled with continuity errors. The Mos Eisley Cantina was a crucial location in the original Star Wars film A New Hope in 1977. It just really unlocked all of the aliens and weird creatures that we've come to expect now with Star Wars. But if you're not an OT person, it's also appeared in The Mandalorian and in the Clone Wars, so you can use it for multiple displays. The other thing is, if you've got any figures at all that are aliens, they will look amazing in this cantina. And remember that Hasbro has revealed a whole bunch of pipelines as well of figures related to this, and they're going to return to Tatooine, so no doubt we'll get some more Sand Troopers and a few other bits and pieces. We definitely need a new Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru as well. My first Haslab was this bad boy, the Razor Crest. I was so excited about this one that I bought two. I missed out on the barge because that wasn't available in my country. So I'm picking up one of the ghosts, but honestly, the Cantina is really my barge. I'm really looking forward to it. As much as I love this Razor Crest, and as cool as the ghost looks, I'm really looking forward to the Haslab Cantina. So have I covered all the reasons why you should get this? I honestly can't remember. I've made this video over a couple of days, but definitely it's never going to be cheaper than it is now. It's an iconic scene from Star Wars A New Hope. It's where we got exposed to all those different aliens, so it's just amazing for that. It's totally modular. There's some videos up on Hasbro Pulse about how you can move it all around and fit any shelf display space. If you're like me and you've been collecting for a while and you've got those aliens, it's going to look awesome. It's also from multiple sources, so you can use different aliens in there. Honestly, it'll look amazing. I'm not trying to pressure you into buying this if you can't afford it or it's not your thing, but honestly, if you're a 3.75 inch collector and you want to, in the words of Chris from Bantha Skull, elevate your displays, this is the way to do it. We're sitting, as I make this video, around about 4,800 backers. It needs 8,000. It needs 17,000 to unlock all the tiers. So back the bar, hashtag back the bar, hashtag whoop for wooha. Let's get this thing done. It's hashtag time for tonicas. We want all of it. Let's go. Chores. More chores.